Hey there and welcome back to the channel. Bryson with Dimes for Dollars here, and we're back today with two more boxes of pennies for hunt number 125 of our Penny Hunt and Fill series. Boxes 257 and 258 today. And I went ahead and popped the top of this first box. And I'm very excited because we have a wheat cent ender on the top side here. You can see it right there. Don't know what the date is though because it is reverse showing, but that is definitely a good sign. So we'll go ahead and flip this box over, see if there's any enders on the other side, and we will get started with the hunt. Alright, well we just flipped the box over and this is looking to be a pretty good box. We have that wheat cent ender. I flipped it over so we kept track of it. It's going to be right there. We also have a Canadian ender from 1965 right next to it, as well as a Canadian back here from 1980. We also have a really nice 60s penny here. Might be a 1968. We'll have to see when we get to it. But we also have another wheat cent ender right here. And this one's a 40s wheat cent ender. I think it was a 1944, possibly Denver or San Francisco. We'll definitely have to tell. That's going to come up in roll number 2. But let's go ahead and start with roll number 1. Roll number 2, and we had that wheat cent ender. And sure enough, it's going to be a 1944, and it's going to be from San Francisco. 2 rolls later, and we have another wheat cent here, and this one's going to be a 1945 from Philadelphia. Roll number 8, and we have 2 finds this time. First off, we had that ender, and it's actually a 1962 from Denver, and it's in very nice shape. We also have our third wheat cent, and it's also another 40s wheat cent. We have a 1944 from Philadelphia. Roll number 11, and wheat cent number 4 is going to be our first 50s find. We have a 1958 from Philadelphia. 2 rolls later, and we have another wheat cent here, and this one's a 1941 from Philadelphia. Roll 18, and we have that wheat cent ender from the start of the hunt. Go ahead and get your guesses in at what the date is. We'll flip it in 3, 2, 1. Alright, 1948 San Francisco. Definitely not as old as I thought, but still a very welcome sight. That's our 5th 40s wheat cent of the hunt. Very next roll, and we have another wheat cent here, and this one's going to be a 1944 Philadelphia. Roll 25, and we have 2 wheat cents this time. Our first one's going to be a 1955 from Denver, and our second wheat cent is right back here. And this one's going to be a 1951 from San Francisco. Roll 29, and we have wheat cent number 10 of the hunt. And this one is another 1948 from San Francisco. Roll number 31, and we have a 50s wheat cent. This time we have a 1951 from San Francisco. Very next roll, and we have another 1951 here, but this one's going to be from Denver. 2 rolls later, and we have another wheat cent here, and this one's going to be a 1941 from San Francisco. Very next roll, and we got one more here, and this one's in pretty nice shape. We have a 1947 from Denver. Very next roll again, and we have another wheat cent, and this one's going to be a 1951 from San Francisco. Very next roll again, and again we have another wheat cent. We have another 50s wheat cent, in fact, a 1955 from Denver. Roll number 42, and we have another 40s find, and this one's a 1944 from Denver. Roll 46, and we're going to have another roll with 2 wheat cents in it. Our first one's going to be a 1957 from Denver, and our other wheat cent is right back here. And that one's going to be a 1944 San Francisco. Very next roll, and we have reached wheat cent number 20 on this first box. And this one's going to be an older one too, 1940 Philadelphia. Very next roll, and we have another 40s wheat cent. And this one is a 1944 San Francisco. Well, our first box was very productive. We got over 20 wheat cents. Now we're on to box number 2. And right away on the first roll, we have our first wheat cent of this box. We got a 1948 from Philadelphia. Roll number 5, and we have one very worn out wheat cent here. It is probably going to be old. And I don't even think we're going to be able to get a date off this one. It is so worn out. It almost looks like it spent some time in a washer, judging by the rim there. Let's see if we can get a close-up of it. Alright, and it's going to be very hard to see. That almost looks like a 2 or a 5. Let me bring in the camera and see if I can get a close-up of it. If I can, I will bring it back. Otherwise, we'll have to just keep on hunting. Alright, well, we're back now with the next roll, and unfortunately that really worn out wheat cent was not going to be able to get a date. There was just no way to tell what those last 2 digits were. But we do have another wheat cent here. It's going to be a 1940 from Philadelphia. Roll 16, and we have 2 more wheat cents. Our first one's actually in pretty nice shape. It's going to be a 1949 San Francisco. And our other wheat cent is back here. And that one's shiny, but it looks like it's been cleaned. That one's going to be a 1946, also from San Francisco. 10 rolls later, and we have another 40s wheat cent. And this one's going to be a 1945 Philadelphia. Very next roll, and we have another wheat cent. And this one's a 1941 Philadelphia. Roll number 31, and we have 2 more wheat cents. Our first one is going to be a 1951 Philadelphia, and our second wheat cent is right back here. And this one's going to be a 1942. Roll number 33, and we have an oldie this time. We have a 1919 Philadelphia, and I really like the toning of it. It is a really cool looking wheat cent with the black background. Let's check out the reverse. And the reverse is really nice too. I doubt it'll be a hole filler, and I doubt it'll be an upgrader, but still a very nice find for the collection. So I will go ahead and add that to the board, and we have 17 rolls left to go. Roll 36, and we have an older Canadian cent this time. We have a Queen Elizabeth II Younghead, or Laureate portrait as it's also known. Let's see what the date is. Alright, that's going to be 1964, the last year of this design. Roll 39, and we have another 50s wheat cent here, and this one's in really bad shape. We have a 1957 from Denver. Just a few rolls later, and we have a 40s wheat cent, and this one's going to be a 1945 from San Francisco. 3 rolls later, and we have another older wheat cent here. We have a 1917 with a mint mark. Let's see if we can get a close-up of that. That is going to be a Denver mint mark, 1917 Denver. I don't know if we have that one in the book. We will have to check that one in just a minute. I'll add that up to the board though, because that is our second teens wheat cent that we know of. That could very well be a teens wheat cent as well, but it is so slick we'll never know. 6 rolls left to go. Very next roll, and we have an older Canadian cent this time. We have another young head, and it's got some nice toning to it. Let's see what the date is. Alright, they're getting older. We have a 1959 this time. Alright, well that is going to wrap up today's hunt. We got some really nice finds along the way, so let's go ahead and take a minute to recap what we found. Starting off, we got 54 S-Minute Memorial cents. We got 13 Canadian cents, with 2 of which being older, at a 1964 and a 1959. We had 11 shiny copper cents, and the best 2 were the 1961 Philadelphia we got here, and the 66 Philadelphia right here. Moving on to wheat cents, we got 34 this time, with 10 from the 50s, we got 21 from the 40s, and we got 2 teens wheat cents, and of course that one that was unidentifiable. Our 2 teens wheat cents were a 1919 Philadelphia and a 1917 from Denver. Now I went ahead and checked our books to see if either of these teens wheat cents are going to be new additions or upgrades, and while the 1919 Philadelphia is not, the 1917 Denver is still an open spot in our book, so we're going to have a new addition today. We're back now with the book, and I am very excited to add something new to the album today. It has been a very long time. So we have the 1917 Denver today with a mintage of just over 55 million. So it's not super rare compared to some of these other ones in the book, but definitely a nice addition. That brings us one step closer to filling out the albums. We're now 258 boxes in, and we have 32 holes left to fill. So another really fun hunt. I hope you all enjoyed. It was a lot of fun for me. Subscribe if you're new. It really helps the channel grow, and I will see you in the next one.